Oh my goodness.
And I'd be like, oh, there she is. All right, cool. We can keep going. I spotted her. I know she didn't fall off the side of the mountain. She's back there with the Brazilians. Let's keep going.
The fact that she left her non-cute clothes to get a very bright outfit like that, that's hilarious. It serves her right.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to the Let's Say More podcast. I am Solange.
I'm Ava.
And I'm back.
She's back.
I made it. I survived.
She did.
Patagonia.
She made it back. She was a little nervous getting on the plane.
I was very nervous.
But your pilot did well, because here you are.
Oh my God, dude, that was scary.
Was it? A lot of turbulence?
No, it's just like, planes don't have a great rap right now.
No. Did everyone clap when you guys landed?
No, but I thought they should. I
think
clapped
so.
because it was such a long flight. I traveled for 26 hours.
You can't catch me. I mean, you couldn't catch me want to do that.
I went to the end of the world.
I know. That's crazy. You should put up a map so people see that you were literally at the end of the world.
I was at the end of the world. I mean, Antarctica is technically the end of the world, but I was very close to Antarctica.
Yeah, that's crazy. So,
So,
how was it?
It was amazing. It was an amazing experience. I definitely highly recommend going to Torres del Paine, which is the Patagonia region.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to a few different areas in the south of Chile. But the one that I would highly recommend that took my breath away was the actual national park of Torres del Paine. And that to me is like, even if you're not an outdoorsy person, if you're not a hiker, if you're not like, you're just, I'm not necessarily an outdoorsy. Like, I don't camp. I don't do any of those things.
You don't have a Subaru.
I don't have a Subaru. I don't do any of those things, but I really, really, truly enjoyed being down there and seeing the landscapes. Honestly, it felt like you were walking through a painting. Like, everything felt so whimsical and beautiful. And then some areas were so drastically different from other areas, and they were only like an hour apart or 45 minutes apart. It was crazy.
Did you happen to take pictures? Because I know, not that everyone knows this about you, but you are a very talented photographer.
Thanks, boo.
Did you happen to take
I did.
that you could maybe frame them?
Yeah. So I definitely took pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I took a small camera though, because I didn't want to take anything too bulky or big with me.
Right.
So I took a small camera and it had a fixed lens. So all the pictures I took were I was the zoom. So I had to get close. So when I saw a puma, I did not want to get too close, but in my picture, you can see the puma, but he's only like this big. I mean, you can hardly see the puma because he basically camouflaged into the mountain. Cool. But it was really crazy. Like, we saw a puma, which is really rare. Mm-hmm. I saw different. I didn't see a ton of animals, I guess, because over there it was transitioning into fall.
Okay.
We did a couple short hikes before we did the crazy long hike.
Did you, with the crazy long hike, I know you had said that there are horses, right?
Well, we didn't do that one.
Oh, you didn't do that crazy long one.
So we did one that's called the French Valley hike.
Okay. How many miles?
And it was 16 miles. Mm-mm. It was freaking hard. So this was supposed to be the easier hike.
Right.
So we had talked to some, tour guides, and they were like, oh yeah, do the French Valley. It's beautiful. It's nice. It's, like rolling hills. You go up and down, but it's nothing strenuous.
Right.
It's not too bad. You get to see the glacier from closer up and blah, blah, blah. And so Monica and I, who are like not as fit as Tati, my other sister, we're thinking, okay, we can do this. We got this. I got sick. So I got a cold when we were in Torres del Paine. Mm-hmm. And it was like a head cold. So I wasn't feeling 100%. But I was like, I'm not going to let that stop me. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm not going to miss this out. I'm just going to go at my own pace. And if I feel like I can't make it, then I don't know. We'll send a rescue team or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. So I was like, I'm going to do it. So we went. we set off into the mountain, and our guide, love her, but she was not the best guide in the sense that like she started to lead, but she had a very fast pace. And we were with like, I mean, besides her, I was the youngest person that was with us, you know?
So she was like, was she moving like this?
She was going pretty fast. Like she does this hike like in her sleep, you know?
Wow. Yeah.
So I was like trekking from behind her, and then Tati, my other sister, was kind of right behind her, and then it was me, and then it was Monica and the Brazilians. So
Monica's with the Brazilians.
Monica was with the Brazilians. And all of a sudden we get to a rest stop, and then Tati turns to me and she goes, I'm just going to keep going because she walks too fast for me, and I want to kind of get a head start so that I can walk at my own pace. So I was like, okay, cool, smart idea. I probably should have joined her, but I didn't. And she takes off. I was too worried about Monica. Monica, who, by the way, had left all of her waterproof gear that I told her to bring, okay, at home because it wasn't cute. So
oh my God.
She got soaking wet on another excursion we had gone on. So she had us go to North Face out there, which is more expensive because it's an American brand, and buy whatever they had available that was waterproof. So she had to buy this like orange and tan jacket. So you'll see her in the photo. She's wearing like an orange jacket, which worked out perfectly because when we were in the middle of the hike, I would just look for the orange.
Oh my goodness.
And I'd be like, oh, there she is. All right, cool. We can keep going. I spotted her. I know she didn't fall off the side of the mountain. She's back there with the Brazilians. Let's keep going.
The fact that she left her non-cute clothes to get a very bright outfit like that, that's hilarious. It serves her right.
Yeah, she was like, why don't they have an all black jacket? And I said, because they're all big sizes. They're all sold out. They don't have one for you in that size. It's between the orange or the blue. And she didn't want to go with the blue.
She went with the orange.
So she went with the orange. So then the whole time she's complaining that she looks like a peacock. And this peacock. Like, she was like, I look like a peacock. I have all these different colors on. And I'm like, well, you picked the orange. It looks good. I like it because I can spot you. I can see you. I know that you're safe and you're okay. And we were walking and we set off and I could see her in the distance, but our guide like took off. So at one point I go, hold on. Where's Monica? Like, where's Monica? And she's like, oh, they're back there. And I'm like, okay, but if you set off and you go ahead, if something happened to Monica, I wouldn't know until we're on our way back.
Right.
Hours later. I said, so that's not going to work. If you're walking behind everybody with the last person, then at least you know you're kind of guiding everybody at the slowest pace.
Well, because she's the guide. So
right.
She should have.
But no. So she took off, and at that point I felt bad. So I was kind of in between both of them, trying to like make sure I kind of saw Monica. Then we get to like the final stage of that hike, which was like the part where there's like a rest stop. Mm-hmm. It's called the Italian Valley. And then the glacier's right there, and they have like a little house with bathrooms or whatever, and all the backpackers drop their stuff off. And then there's another part where you continue, and it's about another hour, but it is all rocks, like steep rocks that you have to climb. And you have to like climb up at some parts to get to the next viewpoint, which is like the final viewpoint of that hike, where you're like this with the glacier like up close. Mm-hmm. And Tati, of course, being Tati, is like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go. Do you want to come with me? I said, hell no. I barely got this far, and I have to go back. Like I have another 4 hours back.
So like, you didn't want to do that.
I did not. I was so tired. I was having like my sciatica was acting up. Shit. My like tendonitis was acting up. I could barely breathe because I had all this mucus, and I'm like dry heaving, and I was like, I'm not gonna survive this. I'm not gonna survive this. What is my tombstone gonna say? Oh, I don't want to be buried. Oh, so what is my canister gonna say?
All these were going.
Like these were all thoughts I was having.
Yeah. All these ideas were going through your head.
And all Monica's thinking is,
I look like a peacock.
I look like a peacock. And then we get to the by the way, she's like a parrot. She will not. She looks like a parrot. She would not stop talking. Like,
Why are you surprised? Why
Monica.
were you surprised?
Oh my God. Tati and I love her to death. But Tati and I were like, Monica, just like enjoy the silence. It's so quiet. Like, enjoy the silence. Like, you can hear the birds. You can hear the streams and the water. You can hear the avalanches. Nope.
No.
Beep, 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 beep,
She doesn't
beep,
wanna
beep,
talk.
beep. All of a sudden, she was speaking Portuguese. She was like mixing her Portuguese with her Italian. And then the Brazilians were looking at her like, we speak English. We speak Spanish. And she's like Portuguese, Italian, English, Spanish, mix of all of it. And I'm just like, oh my God, she will not stop talking. Talked the whole way there, then talked the whole way back. And when we were at the rest stop, I'm like, okay, I'm going to eat, I'm going to fuel my body, I'm going to rest, and then we're going to set back. Monica's like, hurry up and eat, hurry up and eat. And I'm like, why? She goes, because this way we can head back and we have a head start and we can take our time walking back. And also like my body's going to cool down and I'm not going to make it back. And I was like, okay. So I'm like shoving a sandwich in my mouth and I'm like trying to drink water. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like dehydrated. I'm like trying not to drink too much water because I don't want to have to pee in the wilderness because I can't pee in the wilderness. So I was like, I can't do this. And meanwhile, Tati's like going number 1 and number 2. And like, she has no problem cleaning herself with leaf. Like she is the most natural person out there. And I'm just like, no, there's no way. We set back and like we're hiking back. At this point, I'm just like, oh my God, I have to go all the way back. Like you don't think about it because you're like, you have a destination in mind and then you're like, oh shit, I got to go all the way back. So she took off. Monica took off with the Brazilian lady. The husband of the Brazilian lady went with Tati and the guide. So they went up the mountain.
So the Brazilian husband left Monica with his wife.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then chitty-chatty all the way back. I tried to walk ahead of them so I could have a moment of silence. But all I kept hearing was, Soli, slow down. She can't make it. She's having a hard time. She was doing just fine. It was Monica who was having a hard time. And she was blaming this poor fit Brazilian woman who was like probably around Monica's age. And Monica was like, oh no, like telling me in Spanish, right? Like, no, Soli, you need to slow down, like, and I'm like, it's okay. You wait for her. Like, I'm good. I can. And she's like, no. I kept walking. She was walking behind me. And then as we start finishing the hike, there's a helicopter taking somebody.
Oh.
We don't know what happened, but there was like a helicopter taking somebody. And I was like, oh my God, that should be me in the helicopter.
You're like, please. Was
dead. We got back to the hotel and I thought for sure I was going to have blisters. I thought for sure
Did you think your calves were going to cramp up?
My calves, you know what? I thought I was going to be much sorer than I was. My calves were sore, but other than that, my thighs I was okay. But we got back the next day. We went to the spa and we did the sauna and we got massages and the whole thing because we were dying.
When you got back that day from the hike, did Monica keep talking?
Monica kept talking for 22 days. There was no Monica quiet time. By the way, I call her, Tati and I started calling her the resident of the hotel. Of the resort.
Uh-huh.
Like I told her she should be Lady what's her name? Wimbledon or whatever from Bridgerton. From Bridgerton?
Oh, yes.
The one that writes the gossip columns.
Yeah.
Because she knew everything about everyone in the entire resort. Like everything from the workers to the people staying at the resort to everything.
Was she like, Sully, you see her over there?
She was like, so she is hooking up with him and they're having like a little thing, but then he over there is really jealous and da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh my God. To the point where, and she's like big tipper. Like all that, she's like like throwing money out like it's nothing. To the point where Tati and I looked at her and we're like, Monica, you know that these pesos are like dollars, right?
Oh, she probably didn't think that, right?
Like, do you realize that the peso is like a couple cents short from $1 right now in Chile? So you're throwing out dollars, And she's like, yeah, it's okay. These people work so hard. They deserve it. And she's just get to the point where we walked into the hotel and people would like greet us with chocolates and like, all kinds of things. And we
they
like
see her,
rolled out the
they see her coming and they're like, oh,
money.
Hey,
Yeah.
money. Come on.
Money.
Come on. Let's get the chocolate. Let's put out the red carpet for her.
Yep. It was exactly that. And then we kept teasing her. So I was like, oh my God, you should just live here. I was like, you should just stay at the resort.
Don't give her any ideas.
I was like, you can write the gossip columns because the people that work at these resorts, they live there 10 days out of they do 10 days on, 5 days off for the entire season. So the seasons usually start, I think the resorts open in September, late September, November, all the way till March or April, depending on, the weathers. And then they close for winter.
Okay.
Some do. Some stay open. But so they're there the entire time. And they all live together in these like container homes kind of thing.
Oh, they're all hooking up.
So
they should make a novella.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Ooh,
I was like, oh my God, this should be a reality show.
Why don't we go out there and pitch it?
I think it would be a great reality show.
Oh my God. And then we could do our podcast from over there. I'm not going on any hikes though, so don't get any ideas. But
oh, you would want to though.
Nah.
Let me tell you, once you see how beautiful it is, it makes you, and it's so quiet.
Do they have a golf cart?
Yeah, it has 4 legs and it's called a horse.
Nah, I don't want to do that to a horse.
It was definitely a magical place. Like it felt like you were in heaven because, I've been there. It was just such a beautiful experience. It was such a beautiful place. I would definitely recommend it.
That was so unexpected.
Because I kept saying, man, this is what heaven feels like. This is what heaven feels. And then I was like, yeah, I've never been there. I'm like, yeah. I told my sister, I'm like, but I've been there, like sarcastically. And she just looked at me. She's like, but yeah, it was a beautiful, beautiful place. We had a wonderful time. Then we went back to Chile for like 6 days. We went a day earlier because we didn't get to go to Calafate to go see the big glacier. So there were a few things. We also didn't get to go to the Penguin Island.
And what did you forget at home?
Oh my God. So when we left, I forgot my wallet. And we were on the shuttle on the way to the airport. So I made them turn around. I made our driver turn around, or the car, whatever, to come back to my house to swing by to pick up my wallet. We left. We went to the airport. We got there with enough time, thank God, because Monica's like super OCD and she likes to be at the airport like 5 hours before. So we got there just in time. And then on the way back, Tati leaves her entire purse on the transfer that we took in the private car that we took to get to the airport. And we were already in the airport when she realizes that she was like, we were buying like little things and she went to go buy something and she realized she didn't have her wallet. She's like, oh shit. So we called the guy and luckily, big tipper Monica tipped him so well and like made his day, because honestly it was really sad. He had like a 16-hour day driving and he gets a call while we're in the car to tell him to go pick up a bag, and he thought he was home free, and then he hits the steering wheel really hard and we're like, oh. We're like, it's a long day. He's like, yeah, it's a really long day, but you can't say anything because then they'll stop giving you work. And he's like, so it's just, I just have to do it. And so, he was just upset. And so when we got out of the car and we got all our bags, Monica gave him like a generous tip.
Yeah.
He was so grateful. He's like hugging us and like kissing us. And mind you, we didn't really even talk to him in the car. And then we're like, oh, okay, that's nice. Whatever. Good deed. Go, we leave. She forgets her purse. So Monica calls him, and then he answers and he's like, yeah, she did. And she's like, come back to the airport, please. I'll give you $100, if you can come back to the airport. And he's like, okay. So he's like on his way back to the airport. Monica tries to go get out of the airport because we were already like by our gate or close to the gate. And they're like, no, you can't leave the airport. If you leave the airport, basically you annul your entire entry and you have to re-enter the airport. And it's like a whole thing because basically at this point, the U.S., and it's not a Chile thing, it's a U.S. thing. Like the U.S. basically is tracking you, right? So like they know where you are at that moment in time. But when you it's almost like you've checked into the country.
Yeah.
Technically, not really. You haven't checked into the country. But then if you leave, then they're like, well, you're not accounted for. Where are you? So it was like this whole thing. So we were like, okay, what do we do? So then luckily my cousin lives in that area. So he was able to like, point is that she's not getting her stuff until the end of the month. Or yeah.
Oh.
Because he's coming to the U.S. for work. So then he's going to FedEx it to her.
But how did she have her passport?
She had her passport in her carry-on, thank
lucky.
God.
Yeah.
But she didn't have her. Yeah, so we did that. We smuggled some tomato seeds from Chile,
You're
luckily.
a rebel.
I know.
No.
Well, Monica did.
Because she's a Cancer.
Because we thought
Rebels.
she could talk her way out of it.
No. But there's something important that you forgot to take with you.
Oh, my mother.
You forgot your mother.
I know. We
And
did.
you really were thinking, we talked about it on an episode.
I know. I was going to smuggle her in. It was going to be a whole thing. But you know what? Chile is they're, I guess, it's called PDI, but they're TSA, whatever the hell you want to call them, police is intense. Like, it's scary.
Okay, so
like they're way scarier than the U.S.
So
people.
maybe there's a reason why. Maybe they would have thought it was some other substance, and then you would have been in trouble.
or we would have been in trouble because they knew it was a person. I don't know.
Okay, well then maybe it's a good thing that you forgot your mom.
I know. We're like, oh, we'll have to bring her back.
Yeah.
I think that place should be like one of the 7 wonders of the world. Like it was that magical, and I think anyone and everyone should go there, especially if you love like outdoorsy stuff, trekking, hiking,
Subaru, lesbians.
Yeah, like you could do the whole W or you can do the O, which are all the hikes, and one of them's like 10 days, the other one's like 5 days. We didn't do any of that because I don't. Monica's gonna go back and do it, but
because she wants to go back because she liked talking to the Brazilians.
I think everybody in the South, I think all of Patagonia knows Monica.
So she'll be going back.
All of Patagonia knows her, for sure.
This time she'll probably find different North Face things. Does she have the jacket?
She still has it, yeah.
Yeah. She should just always wear the jacket when she goes there.
Yeah.
Because then they'll remember her
they'll
even
know who
more.
she is. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
They'll see her coming from a mile away.
Exactly. But anyway, so I was at the end of the world with no Wi-Fi, no internet, no nothing. Very seldomly did I get any kind of, anything.
It must have been nice.
So fill me in on what's been happening in the pop culture world.
Oh, well, some stuff has been happening.
Okay, tell me.
So, Justin Bieber, Hailey Bieber, right? Well, apparently there is a YouTube video out of how Hailey Bieber stalked her way into marrying Justin Bieber. It's an 18-minute video.
Okay.
Narrated by this guy. He did a fantastic job. He's like great journalist.
Journalist?
He's a great journalist. I was like sold. I was sold. I was on TikTok and people were like, oh my God, there's a 7-part series on Hailey Bieber, this and that. And then someone, thank God, bless their soul, was like, forget the 7-part series. Here's the YouTube link. I clicked on that 18-minute bad boy, watched it. Yeah, so basically when he was with Selena and she, Hailey Bieber was a nobody, just with the Baldwin's daughter.
The daughter.
She would go to these concerts or these events that Justin would have, and she'd be in the crowd like a fan. And there's pictures of her just like staring at Justin.
Like a groupie.
Like, yeah, total groupie. And, the similarities between the different outfits that Selena would wear first, then Hailey would wear. Then Selena got a tattoo, which is the weirdest thing. She got a tattoo of a G behind her ear for her, correct me if I'm wrong, everyone, I think her sister or her cousin, for them. And it's a G because the name is with the G, obviously. Hailey Bieber got a G. in the back of her ear.
For what? Because she's a G?
No, she copies everything Selena does. Selena had a ring with a J for Justin Bieber. And then when Hailey got with him, she got the tattoo, the same font on her finger. She like certain poses that she does for her makeup brand are the same that Selena did for her makeup brand. Selena came out with a cooking show, like special, right?
I watched
and I guess on one of the episodes, she's like, yes, this is my real home. And then Hailey comes out with one. Yes, this is my real home. This guy breaks it down, like side-by-side videos of Selena saying something, Hailey saying the same thing. So then Selena comes out with this album with her now fiance. And you need to listen to this album. It is like, people are saying that it's taking shots at Justin Bieber.
Is he a musician?
He's a producer. He's actually really...
I know he's filthy rich. I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, he makes a lot of music. There's the Diamond song by Rihanna. He did that song.
Oh.
He is actually like, the list of songs that he's done is incredible. I don't find him the most attractive. No offense, but he's treating her right, which all the girls are loving right now. I kind of think that this isn't me being negative, Nancy. I just think that it's honeymoon phase. And not that he's going to treat her poorly later, but after some time, you aren't going to be this like overly romantic person. Like I would give it like 7 years.
Are you not overly romantic
because
over these years?
I don't think he could be as perfect as he's portraying himself to be. I think it's too good to be true.
Maybe he's not perfect, and they're like,
well, his interviews, he just says like, I wake up every morning, and I think to myself, how can I make her happy? Boy, if you don't.
But listen, like you said, he's not the most.
So you think because he's not attractive
guy,
that's what he has
to
do?
So maybe he feels like he bagged like something that he wants to keep forever. So he's gonna do his best to keep her.
Well, look, I'm happy that she's being treated properly now because I do know, not that Justin, I mean, I wasn't in their relationship, but from like
I thought you were.
I wasn't. I mean,
under their bed.
My eyes.
What's going on?
What's up? I'm pretty sure from the songs that she's made, like that song "Lose You to Love Me," they even bring that up. How like Selena and Justin were together, she leaves him, and then 2 months later, or 8 months later, they date, and then 2 months after they date, they get married. And people are saying that he like felt like he had to marry her, Hailey.
Why?
You need to watch it.
I'll watch it. You sent me the link. I haven't watched it yet.
But it's interesting. And her album, if you listen to it, it's produced by Benny. And I think it's all, some of the songs they wrote it together. But people are pointing out like that the songs are like a diss to Justin and to Hailey. And so a lot of stuff on TikTok has the music. And then they have like these like snippets of like why it could be to Justin or why it could be to Hailey, but like that drama is just, that's crazy. Justin just posted a video or a story of Hailey driving, and then it was the Beyonce song, I believe, to the left.
Yeah.
I could have another you. That song.
What's that supposed to mean?
That's what people are like, why did he post that?
Why does everybody always like they just dig so deep into...
Sometimes we have nothing else to do.
That's true.
Like, I think COVID brought that out in us. I feel like during COVID, we didn't have much to do, and everyone went down a different rabbit hole. Like, I went through a rabbit hole I never thought I'd go through. And then now I think it's just become like our...
What rabbit hole was that?
I don't want to say on air, only because I think that it might rub people the wrong way. Yeah, I mean, I went down the COVID rabbit hole. Yeah, like
got it,
like
got
that.
it,
I don't want to.
Okay, okay.
But that was a rabbit hole I never even.
Yeah.
But you're at home and you're just like, bored. And I think that's the time I found out about child trafficking and how actually crazy it was here. And that made me so sad. And went through a rabbit hole to like, I was like, wait, this is happening?
Yeah, because you have all this time on your hands. I did watch the Selena Gomez documentary series that was out a while ago. No. It was like a documentary on her.
Oh, I never watched it.
And you kind of see like...
Oh, yes. Where
I think she's bipolar.
Yeah, something is wrong with her, right? Like depression or something like that. Yeah.
She struggles a lot with depression, bipolar.
That's why I hope this relationship, even though I do think it's too good to be true, the way he speaks about it, I don't think he's going to do her dirty. I don't think he's going to cheat on her or any of that. Like, I just...
Aren't they engaged?
Yeah. But, so when you're engaged, you don't cheat?
No. I'm just saying, like, I think he's committed.
Yeah, he's committed because he knows that he bagged. I mean, although I don't think Selena Gomez is attractive, I think for him, it works.
Yeah, I mean, she's a cute girl in the sense that, like, yeah, for him,
she's wholesome. She's wholesome. But the album is actually a banger, and people might be like, "Oh,
I gotta listen to this."
It's a good album. You need to watch the YouTube thing.
Okay, I'll watch it.
And then listen to the album.
Then I'll listen to the album.
And then I'll send you some other TikToks about it. Sometimes I feel like I'm spamming your TikTok DM because you don't go on it that often.
I don't go on it that often.
Yeah.
I need to go on there. And sometimes I'll go on there and then I'll see all the things you've sent me and then I go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, then you go down the rabbit hole.
Okay, what else did I miss?
I think something's going on with Justin Baldoni.
Oh, what happened with that?
I think Blake Lively is trying to get them to
just
drop it. Yeah, and I don't think he is going to. I think her and her husband try to smear his name, and I don't think that was okay for them. I think Ryan Reynolds tried to use the Me Too movement for his own good, to be like, she was sexually harassed or whatever. And I think that's messed up to do because the Me Too movement shouldn't be something that's taken as a joke. And I think people sometimes think, oh, if I just use this term loosely, well, everyone will be on my side. Well, little do they know he had all the receipts.
I mean, the amount of receipts that he had and the videos that have come out thereafter of her, like, blatantly saying that she acts a certain way on set to get her way and that she wants to take control of the films and that she wants to be, the director and have a say and everything. That alone to me was like, okay, girl.
Yeah.
You're kind of guilty.
Yeah, I didn't like that. And I never really viewed her that way. Now I don't know. She gives me the ick.
See, that's where I feel like sometimes famous people kind of shoot themselves in the foot. It's like you really hurt yourself by being yourself in public. Like, let people continue to think that you're this like wonderful
girl.
Yeah, like you are the characters you play.
Right.
And then don't let them know your real self.
But now if you think about the characters that she's played, she's always kind of been a B word. Like there's that one movie where she pretended to die.
Oh yeah.
And then
Dude, she played a really good role in that one.
Because maybe it was really how she is.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe that's why.
There's a part 2 coming out of that.
Yeah, because she's like that. See, that's why the role is so.
Right.
See?
I don't know.
The other new phenomenon that is happening that I'm pretty sure you haven't seen yet is this ex D1 athlete.
What's a D1 athlete?
Division 1.
Oh, okay.
Athlete. He has a morning routine.
Wait, what's the... Oh, okay, hold on. What sport does he play?
He used to play college football, but he's the guy who wakes up at 4 in the morning with the water.
I was wondering what the hell
You know
this
the water
is about.
that he's dunking his face is sparkling water? I'm not putting my face in sparkling water.
But why? There has to be some benefit to it.
I don't
carbonation?
know. I feel like it would burn my eyeballs.
I don't know. I saw one where like the guy was doing it with beer. I've seen another one where he does it with like whiskey, and then he puts his face into the bottle, into the thing of whiskey, and then he's like drinking it after. And then it's like, then it goes through like the process of like 4 a.m., 4:01 a.m., 4:02 a.m.
Well, the thing about this guy is he does all this, then he does the banana peel, and then he goes and he puts on his Rolex and his Van Cleef bracelet and his rings, and then he goes with all this jewelry, goes to the works out or goes to the swimming pool. He dives into the swimming pool at 7:35 or something like that, and he's in air for 4 minutes, and then he's in, and then.
Okay, so this is clearly a joke.
So now everyone is making these videos. Yeah. It's hilarious. So that's funny. And then
we should do one.
We should do one. The stock of that water went up. It's like Saratoga water. I've never had it.
I've never had that.
But now, because people probably want to know what it tastes like, and B, everyone's doing these videos, so they're buying that water. Price of bananas probably have gone up too because everyone's getting a banana.
Great. I can't have eggs. Now I can't have bananas.
No, you can. Eggs, I think, have gone down. And then talking about Van Cleef, there's a whole other controversy that apparently this girl bought one, and it's the Alhambra one. I think that's what it's called. Sent it to the store, to the actual store to get it cleaned. It came back tarnished. Like the charm was tarnished. Yeah. She took it back and said it's tarnished. The general manager was like, "No, it's the light. It's the lighting that you're showing me. It's not tarnished." She's like, "No, this is definitely tarnished."
Well, wouldn't she have seen it in her house too?
Yeah, right.
Like,
well, no, she took it home and it was tarnished.
Right, and then she took it back to the
and
store.
It was still like that.
So the lighting is different in both places. So
apparently they issued her an apology, but they gave her the gift that they gave her was a book of the company. So now people are like talking about how they're like comparing their bracelets, and they're showing how like this gold is different than this gold, which is interesting to me because somebody told me, I forgot who it was. I believe it's someone that I know, told me that you can't get them wet.
How the hell? So how much is a stupid bracelet?
They're $5,000.
Okay, so you're gonna spend $5,000 and you can't get it wet?
Yeah, they told me you can't get it wet because
that is some bullshit.
Because I was entertaining Fernanda. I'm not getting one. I was entertaining the idea of one because I liked.
Wait, is this the one that has the little flower? Like the looks clover. Like a little, yeah.
Because I like the green one.
No, you can get it wet because I know somebody who has one.
They said that you can't. Okay, so they said you can't get it wet.
Look tarnished.
And I was like, oh, I don't want to spend that much money on it, right? So then the idea went away. Then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, I hear about this whole store, about this whole story about the taking it to get clean. Well, has the person that you know gotten it cleaned from the store?
No, because I don't think it needs to get cleaned. It looks fine.
I don't know. They're saying that the girl took it to the store to get it polished or clean.
Maybe they did something to it.
That was her
or they swapped it out.
That was her whole point, was that this isn't how my bracelet should look. Right. Like there's something. And so to apologize, they sent her the book.
I would have been like, how about you just replace my bracelet?
That's what she thought that's what she was getting in the mail. So she's all over TikTok talking about it. So now people are like, cancel this brand.
Oh.
So it's like
the power of social media.
Power of social media is coming into full gear. So I don't know. I like them. They look cool. I just, I
don't know.
I don't know if I could spend that much money on things right now. Trying to, have my
trying to survive.
Trying to survive. I have my honeymoon coming up too. So
yeah. So where are you gonna be? Because you're leaving me now.
Yeah, I'll be oh man, I'll be in the DR, and that girl,
what?
She disappeared in the DR.
What girl?
Do you live under a rock? I think so sometimes.
Wait, which girl? Because a lot of people disappear.
She was in Punta Cana, which is where I'm going.
Wait, but how long ago was this?
This was recent. She was there for spring break, so it was this month. And she was at the bar. She was on a resort, on an all-inclusive.
No, I didn't hear about this. But I was at the end of the world with no news.
That's true. So she's there.
Mm-hmm.
She leaves the resort,
Mm-hmm.
goes to the beach with this guy that she meets, an American guy that she meets.
Don't go to the beach with no guys.
I mean, I don't have to worry about that, but yeah.
Or girls. You don't know.
My wife is with me.
Yeah, she'll probably be like, let's go, babe.
I don't know. I think she's kind of scary when we travel.
Hmm.
I think she's a little scary.
Mhm.
I'm more of the like, let's go. She's more of the Ava, what are you doing?
Okay, well then, see,
I'm
more
not-
reason.
Yeah, I'm not going to go. So this young lady goes to the
Mhm.
beach. Her friends, so the cameras pick up them leaving, and then the friends come back. And then the guy comes back without a shirt, but without her. So then they're looking for her. No one can find her. They ask him, and he says, oh, we were in the water. A wave hit her, and I don't know where she went. I came back.
You didn't try to look for her in the water?
He didn't look for her. And they questioned him, and then they let him go.
So what happened? They haven't found her body?
Mm-mm. They haven't found anything. They haven't found her. Nothing.
Okay, you're
Nothing.
the last person to see her.
Yeah. Well, the authorities questioned him, but they let him go.
Oh, hell no.
Right. And the parents are obviously, they were like, please just pronounce her dead. I don't know why. I don't know if maybe in her culture she needed to be pronounced dead so that they could have like a proper.
What was she?
I believe she's Indian, but she's from the U.S. Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I wouldn't, if I were the parents, I would want a body before I think my child's dead.
I know. So I don't know if it's like a cultural thing. I'm not sure.
Maybe she got eaten by a shark or something. I don't know, but.
I don't know. They just couldn't find anything in the ocean, and then they didn't find anything else. So yeah, we're going. We're staying at we're going. We're staying
Don't
at
leave the resort.
staying at an all-inclusive resort. I did book a boat party for us though.
Okay.
But it's with a bunch of other people. I mean, not people that I know, but
Yeah.
like it's a boat
A
party.
tour. Yeah.
You know? And then yeah, so I told Fernanda we obviously have to stick together.
Yes.
The resort does have a car for us though that like can take us places, so at least we'll be accounted for.
Okay.
I don't know, I'll be safe.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be safe. I'm not going to wear my wedding ring or my necklaces or anything like that.
You could take your wedding ring.
No. I have a
No, just take a band.
I do have a band.
Yeah.
I have a band that she got me, so I'm just going to wear the band. I'm not going to,
Yeah, you
take
don't want
my
to look
neck-
flashy.
No, I don't. I want to look poor. Poor.
I don't know about poor, but
I want to look like I don't have. Hey, I have nothing. Like I don't have
just
anything.
pretend like you speak Spanish. Just anytime somebody asks you something, you just say, "Yo no sé."
Yo no sé. ¿Qué?
¿Qué?
Yo
Huh?
no sé. ¿Dónde
Yo no sé.
estás?
Yo no sé.
Yo no sé.
I don't know.
Yeah, so we're going to be gone for 10 days. I can't wait to disconnect.
That'll be fun though. That'll be a good time.
Yeah, I think so. I'll come back tan.
You'll come back just in time for my birthday.
Yes, I will, because I come back,
You get back on the 18th.
no, the 16th.
Oh, your wife told me the 18th. Does she know when she comes and goes? Because she gave me different dates. She told me a day before and like 2 days after.
What day did she tell you we're leaving?
I think it was like the 4th.
We're leaving the 5th,
Yeah, it was the 4th. And then she said the 18th.
16th. This is why I do all the planning, because if I left it up to her and then I
Yeah.
left it up to her to tell me when we were leaving, I wouldn't
You'd
even
miss
know.
the flight.
I missed everything. I wouldn't even know.
I was like, oh, okay. All right. So then it's from this time to this time. So then I was like, all right, we got to shoot at least like 2 episodes
Yeah.
before you leave.
And then you got to get your hair done.
I gotta get my hair done.
She's booked every single day until we leave
Good.
to do. Yeah, good.
Good. Make that money for that boat trip, that boat
The boat.
party.
Yeah.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, so I'll be gone. So I'm excited.
Good.
I'm excited
Glad.
for that.
You'll get a little vacation, then you'll have stories to tell us.
I will. I couldn't go to Greece. I mean, thank God I'm not going to Greece because I saw those earthquakes that they're having.
Dude, yeah, I heard about the crazy earthquake that Thailand had.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was insane.
I know.
That scared me. I did feel an earthquake when I was in Chile. But that's because they have earthquakes all the time.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, like in Chile, if you're there for more than a week, you're bound to feel an earthquake. And hopefully it is not anything that is too big. But usually what happens is an earthquake happens and then you look at the people. Like you look at the Chileans.
Yeah.
And if the Chileans aren't scared, then you're fine.
Then you're fine. Oh, okay.
But if it's like above a 7...
Above a 7?
Then they get scared.
Above a 7?
Yeah. That's how crazy
they are. I would
They're like
freak
a
out.
5 or a 6. They're like,
I'm freaking out at a 5.
it's okay. It's all right. We're okay. Because when I was on lockdown down there, like when I was during COVID and I got stuck in Chile, there was a pretty like a scary earthquake. Like it was definitely in the high 5s. And we all ran out and my aunt was like, it's okay. That wasn't bad.
No.
And we were like, what? We looked at her. I was like, I'm ready. Where do I go?
Stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
Stop, drop,
I was
and roll.
putting out fires. There was all kinds of shit.
Yeah, no way. Anything above a 5 freaks me out. And like, because it's like, it could be like sudden or it could be like the rolling earthquakes. Like you just.
Or it can start slow and then gets it. Those are the worst.
I hate that because you're like, okay, I'm okay. And then it starts trembling and like, oh, I'm not. Nope.
But I will take an earthquake over
what?
a hurricane or over a tornado or any of those crazy ass environmental.
I wonder, what would you guys take? Would you guys take earthquake, hurricane, tornado? Mm-hmm. Which one? We should do a poll.
Yeah. What would you take?
I guess an earthquake only because I've already been through them.
Yeah, but also like I feel like earthquakes are less frequent than hurricanes and tornadoes.
Yeah, but then I feel like there's so much damage that an earthquake brings.
Yeah, but like an earthquake, you can protect yourself in a way. I mean, if you're not in some like old disheveled building, you can, protect yourself to some capacity. In a tornado, like you have to run for like underground shelter somewhere.
But what if
or you're blown away?
What if you are driving and an earthquake happens and then a sinkhole happens?
But that can happen without an earthquake. Did you see the guy who was on a motorcycle and he fell into the sinkhole?
Yeah, and he died.
I know, that was sad.
God.
That can happen
It's
anywhere.
like Final Destination stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm not with it.
Me either.
I'm not with any of that.
Me either. But at least it's hopefully quick. I mean, that would suck if it was like slow and agonizing and painful. I don't know. I'm just saying.
All of it would suck.
Yeah.
Like Luna even says it sucks.
Yeah.
Look at the way she's laying down.
All right, so we're going to wrap this episode up here. We did some catching up and talked about Patagonia and the soon-to-be trip Ava's going to be taking. The honeymoon. So we'll talk about that when you get back.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching, guys, and listening.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Send us your questions, please, or topics that you want us to talk about or anything that maybe we have talked about that you guys want us to elaborate more on. We'd be happy to do episodes on that.
Yes.
We'll catch you guys on the next one. Later, booze.
Later, booze.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Let's Say More podcast. If you can please show your love and support by writing a review on Apple Podcasts, rating us on Spotify, and of course, spreading the word and sharing us with your community, we would greatly appreciate it. The Let's Say More podcast is produced by yours truly, Solange Aurelio, and Ava Mozafari, and edited by myself as well, Solange Aurelio.